So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for our August Wild West webinar Wednesday. And my name is Erin Gates. I am your presenter today. I'm also the Wild West Region Director. And I apologize if there's some echo. I'm in a big conference room traveling for work and throwing this in somewhere into my day. So this is going to be a whole lot of information in a short amount of time. And partly we do this because we want these webinars to have people from all of the other regions join. So we don't want to make it too late on our time so that you all can't join. So just know that I'm a resource for you, and you're welcome to reach out to me directly if you have more questions or things I don't cover. I don't have a slide presentation, so I'm just going to screen share and show you a bunch of stuff. But ultimately, what is Flipgrid? If you haven't heard of it, it is just about one of the most popular teaching tools out there right now. I think the last I checked, it was being used by 1 out of 3 teachers in the United States. And their Flipgrid's trademark slogan, whatever you want to call it, is to empower student voice. So that's what Flipgrid is all about. It is about creating digital classroom space that engages students with prompts, but the way that the students are engaged is they actually respond to the prompt with taking their own video of themselves responding. And so it really is a wonderful tool that is letting all kids talk, because I don't know about you, but I remember being in class and I remember there were the dominant ones, right, that had their hand up every time a question was asked. And then there were the more shy ones. And I'm sure you guys can imagine I wasn't a shy one. I was more of a dominant one. And I look back on that now and I recognize how my dominance took away from another student's opportunity to have their voice heard. And Flipgrid lets all voices be heard. So I really, really appreciate that aspect of Flipgrid. And it was a platform created by teachers and for teachers so that they could share things with each other. And we are special guests, if you will. All of our sites become content creators that teachers can take and utilize in their classrooms to help enhance and expand learning as it relates to our sites. So that's the biggest basic overview of Flipgrid. And I'm going to just start screen sharing and walk our way through all this. So one of the first things I'm going to point out to you is if that wasn't enough information and you want more about what is Flipgrid, I think it makes sense to let Flipgrid tell you about Flipgrid. So I'm going to share a bunch of links with you all. When I send the recording of this webinar, I'll include some links. So this is Flipgrid's resources page. And there are a whole bunch of really helpful videos on here, like a getting started guide or remote learning with Flipgrid. So just play around in here. Definitely follow them. If you are on social media, follow them on social media. They're a lot of fun, and it helps give you an idea of the dynamic community that Flipgrid is. But what I really wanted to I'm just going to dive straight in. And I'll first start by just asking you, and feel free to give me a thumbs up or any way you want to share. But because of COVID, how many of you have found yourself creating little videos, little vignettes, or maybe gotten more active on social media, even if it wasn't something you wanted to do, something you had to do to engage with your audience? I mean, from what I'm hearing, it's a lot of us. We are out there with our cell phones, right? We're taking little videos. We have no idea what we're doing. And we're uploading them to social media, and we're hoping that our community appreciates them. Well, here's the main point. We might not have video editing skills or, we have what are all the, I don't even have them. That's why I don't even know what to call them. All the video editing software. We don't need that skill set. What we are interpreters. And we have all of this incredible information in our heads that usually comes out when we have a human being standing in front of us, right? And we inspire them. We show them things in our parks and our museums and our cultural centers that we help them foster a connection to. And so that is the most important thing you need for Flipgrid, is you need yourself. And you need all of that awesome information in your head. And then the only other thing now you're going to need is a little device that sits in front of your face that you're talking to. And you're going to create little, if you haven't already done it, which I'm thinking most of you already have, but just create little 2 to 3 minute videos. And the reason I say 2 to 3 minutes, you can go longer if you want, but just create little 2 to 3 minute videos that are topic specific, that are bite-sized pieces of information that can be consumed by themselves. Meaning you can do series and things like that in Flipgrid. That's like Flipgrid 2.0. But I think the best way of using Flipgrid is, let's say, and I see a comment came in and I'll get to it in a minute. But let's say I'm actually at Lake Tahoe in California right now. That's not my virtual background. But let me do an example of Lake Tahoe, right? So I'm the interpreter and I would say something to the effect of, "Hi everyone, my name's Erin and I'm here at Lake Tahoe, one of and Sugar Pine Point State Park. And Lake Tahoe is an incredible place because it helps us learn about watersheds. And watersheds are really important. You're learning about them in school. One of the reasons we to watersheds here is because everything in that watershed eventually will come down into this lake. And if there are things in the watershed that are harmful, we will know about it because our lake will be. So what Flipgrid does is it allows you just to create little bite-sized pieces of interpretive information. All right, so that's your first step. Create some video content, and guess what? You probably already have it somewhere. Check your social media pages. Let me check comments real quick, or chat. Yeah, feel free. If you have questions, feel free to type it in. Oh yeah, thank you. Yep, I'll try to mute you guys if you didn't mute yourselves, but feel free to unmute when you have a question. Okay, so ta-da, this is what you do. You go into Flipgrid, and I'm already logged in, but you go to just flipgrid.com, and I'll show you what that looks like. There it is. You go into flipgrid.com, and you go to Educator Sign Up. That's where you're going to create your free account. And you click on Educator Sign Up, you put in a little bit of your own information, and voila, you have your own Flipgrid account. It's free. Everything's free. So once you have your own account, this is what your page is going to look like. So there's my profile, right? The very first thing that you want to do when you create a Flipgrid account is you want to create a grid. So what I go over here is it's in discussion. And if you guys want to think about it like this, actually you create a group. I'm sorry. So you'll create a group. You can see I have a lot. So don't look at this. Don't get intimidated. But let me just pick one. So I created a group and I just called it California State Parks. So this becomes kind of my building space, if you will. This becomes my canvas where I'm going to start building topics in this page. And once you have built your canvas or your kind of landing page, then you just start adding a topic. So I'm going to actually just walk through this step by step with y'all. I just click add a topic. Now your topic title can only be 35 characters long. You want your topic title to be keyword searchable. So I would not make your topic title Lake Tahoe, Discover Lake Tahoe, because a teacher who's looking for topics on watersheds isn't going to find my Discover Lake Tahoe topic. But if I call my topic Watershed Health Leads to Lake Clarity, right? That kind of, and you see my topic title didn't even fit. But what I'm trying to do is help my title be searchable for teachers. And I'll show you what that looks like later. So I add my title. And then I add my prompt. And my prompt is, it's kind of like, at least for me, what I'm giving you guys is I'm giving you exactly what I do for state parks. And I have all of our sites create, you can do whatever you want here, but I'm just giving you what we do. We create a 2 to 3 sentence description of the video or the prompt that we are wanting the students to engage with. So if, let's say, we'll use my watershed example, I would say something to the effect of, the learning about watersheds helps us understand many different aspects of our environment. Lake Tahoe is a great example of how a watershed affects the second largest lake, I think, don't quote me, in the United States, and its clarity. Watch this video and respond with your own video to the following question. What pollutants are found in the watershed that affects the water clarity at Lake Tahoe? That could be a question. How can we protect our watershed so that we can protect our bodies of water in and around where we live? That could be your second question. And then your third question could be something like, what can you do at home to help keep watersheds protected? And you type all of that right in here. That's your prompt. You never have to worry about this. Recording time is how long the students get to record their video. So I always just leave it at 1 minute and 30 seconds, unless I'm asking like really deep questions, which I don't. So 1 minute, 30 seconds is how long a student has to respond to your questions that you've just asked up here. You can actually, all videos get closed caption. And check this out. You can closed caption them in Portuguese, Japanese, Chinese, Mandarin. So that's a pretty awesome feature. You don't have to worry about this, and I'll show you why. And this is the important part. Look at all of the cool things that you could upload. You don't have to just upload a video. You could upload an image. So let's say that you had a school group program and you had a flyer that you incorporated into your on-site school group program. Maybe it was a word search. You could upload that word search. And so that could be your prompt. So you don't have to just have videos in here. But if you do want to upload a video, you either upload a YouTube or Vimeo link here. You can upload a video that you have stored somewhere on your computer, but it has to be one of these file types. Or best yet, in my opinion, see if it'll let me get out of here. Come on. There we go, close. Or you could just record a video. So you're getting ready to build your topic and you just go record video. And then it's obviously not going to let me right now because I'm using my video and my mic with you guys. But if I wasn't on this Zoom call, I would all right now be seeing myself, and I could actually be taking a video and uploading it directly into Flipgrid. So that is a new feature, by the way, which is a pretty awesome feature. And then it gives you the option of adding like emojis and making it all fun and kid friendly. So that's it. And then all I do for the way I use Flipgrid is I just say create topic. I don't mess around with this button. You do have options down here where you can add attachments. This is huge because let's say you want to add a link to your website, right? So for the watershed example I just gave you, I wanted to add a link to Sugar Pine Point State Park's website. I would add that right here, and I would say Sugar Pine Point State Park website. And then I could add another. You can add up to 9 links. Let's say you had a really cool link to a website that talked about watershed, so that the kids could do an even more in-depth dive into the topic. You could link that. So that's the only other thing that I really use is that. I do not use any of this stuff down here, and I'll tell you why in a moment, but I see we have something coming in as a chat. I leave everything defaulted the way it is, and I'll help you understand why in just a minute. So let me get to the chat. Yes, I know, Allison. So Allison was just saying the ability to integrate Nearpod is really exciting. How about this, you guys? Check this one out. I don't know if any of you have ever used Kahoot, but Kahoot is an online quiz that you can test students' knowledge, and it's fun. It's like a quiz that we would actually want to take, and you could upload a Kahoot quiz and have that be your prompt. Like this is a game changer in a lot of ways. Yeah, right. Okay, so that's how you build a topic. That's it. You just say create a topic. So I'm going to cancel because I didn't build anything. But that's it. Like that literally could take you less than 5 minutes. But once you have the topic in there, then what do you do? And this is where I'm going to kind of dive into a little bit. Sweet, 15 minutes so far covering how to do the topic. But now I'm going to stop sharing for a second because I can't see you all, and it's fun to see you. So you've got this really, really cool stuff, right? You built these cool topics. They're in your grid. But then what do you do with them, right? How do you get them to teachers? You do not want to share your grid. And here's why, okay? Run with me on this one. At least this is for me. You guys can do whatever you want to do. I work for a government agency. I have about 25,000 forms that I need to have signed if I even get a photo of you, let alone a video of you. So I don't want to see student videos coming into my grid because I'm probably breaking some rule. I'm not getting visual media consent forms, right? It just scares me. The whole thing scares me. And I'll explain why in a minute. So we don't get any student videos because even though I'm asking those questions, right? Going back to my watershed example, I gave this cool video of me standing by a lake talking about watersheds and the importance to understanding Lake Tahoe and clarity and all that. And then in my video, I asked those cool questions, right? How does a watershed affect bodies of water around you? How can we do our part? Those are questions I want to see a kid answer, but it's not my job to hear their response. It's their teacher's job, right? Because that teacher in that classroom is teaching watersheds to their students. And they're looking for ways of making their lesson on watersheds a little bit more exciting. They discover us. And they're like, how cool is this? I get to take my kids on a virtual field trip to a place where they can make a real life connection to curriculum that's being taught in the classroom, right? So the teacher takes our topic and puts it into their classroom and then lets their students respond directly there. So as a teacher, as Miss Gates, I could be reviewing all of my students' responses and say, wow, Kevin Damstra, that was a great response on that one. I see you as being a future environmental scientist. That's what a teacher should be doing. So I don't know if you guys agree with me. You don't have to. That's just the way that I'm playing this because I want to keep doing Flipgrid. And if I start getting student videos, I have a feeling that we ain't going to be doing Flipgrid much longer because we're going to get in trouble, right? Because of privacy concerns. So you can still do Flipgrid. And now is like part 2 of our lesson. So you built these amazing topics. They're stuck in a grid. Nobody knows they exist. How do you get them to teachers, right? That's the next question. Okay. So here we are. Here's Erin's grid. Here are all of the topics I've built, these amazing things that I've built that I really want to share. Let me just pick one. All right, so all these amazing topics, connect people to Birdie Falls, talk about, waterfalls, sure. So now what I do is I go up to Actions and I click Add to Discovery. And now I'll tell you what Add to Discovery means in a minute. But now I'm getting into the ability to share this with the teacher. So I actually select who I think this would be appropriate for. If you don't really know, then just pick everyone, because that'll be easier for them to find. You then pick, I'll do this, all everyone. Then you pick the subject, and it does require you to pick one only, which I've been telling Flipgrid they need to give me multiple options sometimes, but they haven't listened yet. So we'll just call this one Science. Then, if you want, you could add integration notes. And it is required, so you could say none, but integration notes are basically your way of sending a message to the teacher. So you could say, use this topic to enhance your, don't judge my spelling right now, enhance your classroom learning on watersheds. It could be that simple. Or it could be like for PORTS, which is the program I work for with California State Parks. I use our integration notes to drive teachers to our website. So I say, if you like this and you want more digital resources, check out our website. That's what I put in here. And then I just go down and everything else is the same. And then I just go add to discovery. And that's it. Now, for me, because I've been doing this for a while, my stuff that I add automatically just immediately shows up. And I'll show you where. If you're just starting to do this, you're probably not going to immediately get to go into the discovery without getting approved. They just need to verify that, you're legit and you're providing quality content that's not inappropriate. So I just added that topic, and here it shows up in the discovery. And what the discovery or the disco library means is this is the place where teachers are sharing with teachers, where I'm a music teacher, right? And I have no clue how I'm going to do distance learning music lessons with my students this year, but looks like this chick, Megan, has got it figured out. And she's teaching about quarter and half notes. And there's even a YouTube video. So I don't know about you all, but I'm going to just go ahead and take Megan's topic as a teacher and bring it into my classroom, because that's what she's put it here for, so that I could use this to help me. And so as a teacher, all I would do is I would just say, oh, I want this one. And I would either share this directly from here, or more importantly, as a teacher, I would add the topic and I would pick which of my places in my account I want this topic to go to. So that's how a teacher uses this, and it's how they use our stuff. So like in this case, Bernie Falls, there it is, right? So a teacher finds this and they're like, oh, I want to use this to help teach waterfalls. They just add this to their own grid. And then we never know what ends up happening. We don't know what the kids' answers were, and that's okay. It's a little nerve-wracking for us to relinquish control like that. But at the same time, don't we ultimately just want to get our site and all of its amazing content out there to enhance learning? Yes. Now, one thing I'm going to show you real quick, and I do see there's something in the chat, is back to the point of how do you guys get your cool stuff out to teachers? So you built your topic, you now shared it to the discovery library. That's what you're seeing here. Now all you have to do is click this button, share. And here's a link. And you copy that link. And maybe you embed that link in an email to the group of teachers that used to always come on field trips. Or maybe you embed that link in a Facebook post talking about how your visitors can now engage with state parks or wherever you're from on Flipgrid. And that's what this will do, is it will automatically drive traffic to this page so that a teacher can just take this and add it into their grid. And this is how you make sure that you'll never see the student videos. And I'm just going to do me a favor. I'm going to delete this real quick. Maybe not. Oops. I will delete it later. How does that sound? So that is, I'm going to pause and we'll check out the chat real quick. Okay. Let's see the videos. Do you get participation stats? Laurel, fabulous question. Yes, and that's what I'm going to talk about in just a second. Is there a way to verify edit accuracy of captions to use Flipgrid's recorded video feature? There sure is, Kelly, and I had to Google it. Do you guys want to hear a really funny story real quick? You do, don't you? Yes, you do. So one of our videos, and it had been up for a while. No, I expect like my interpreters to check their own captions. I don't have time. And so this video was about possums. and how opossums are known to make a mess, right? And so I'm rewatching the topic weeks after it had been uploaded, and it says opossums are known to make meth. And I was like, oh, well, that's, I know these are Northern California opossums, but I'm pretty sure they don't make methamphetamines. So I was like, that needs to get fixed right now. So yes, you can easily edit the captions, and I'll show you guys that. Shoot, how does 30 minutes fly so quickly? I can show you it, or how did I figure out how to do it? I Googled it. I just said, how do I edit captions in Flipgrid? And right now, because opossums don't make meth. And I was able to do it really quick. But what I did want to show you is about the stats, right? Because we need data. And so I'm going to show you guys something real quick. So this is what you're going to do. We, State Parks, has been partnered with Flipgrid since October of last year. And so we actually have an official tile with them because we've given them a whole lot of content. So this is our partner page. If you want to check it out, copy it, do whatever you want, be inspired, go for it. But like part of the reason we have a partner page is we have 190 topics in here. And what is amazing is it does track engagement. And I'm going to show you guys this one because this just still blows my mind. Let's do routes of travel in the gold rush, because this is an example of a topic that didn't have a video. So she just made a picture, put a picture up, and then wrote a little bit of her description here. Ask the prompt, take a short video answering the following questions. Which route would you choose, land or sea? Why would you choose that route? Very simple. What she embedded, though, was a sway presentation. So you click on this link, and it actually takes you to something that the interpreter probably created for a completely different purpose a long time ago. And it just gives information, right? And so she's telling the students to basically read through this stuff and then answer that question. It's such a simple topic, but this is the most amazing part. This topic has 4 days and 23 hours of engagement. So what that equivocates to is, if I was saying to you, on average, the video responses are about 2 minutes long, that is 2 minutes. That is 4 days and 23 hours worth of 2-minute videos, which blows my mind. And that one is small compared to this one. Giant sequoia and the roots. This is one of our interpreters talking about sequoia's root system. This has had 6 days and 12 hours of 2-minute videos about it. So like, talk about an incredible tool to help teachers utilize our sites and all of the cool things that our sites teach to enhance learning in their digital classroom. And it's making their lives a whole lot easier right now because they're stressed, right? I mean, I'm sure you've been talking to them too. You think we've got it bad? Imagine trying to be a teacher right now, right? And a parent at the same time. So I love Flipgrid because it gives us an opportunity to take stuff we've already done and put it into a platform that teachers are actually using, and put it into small, bite-sized, digestible pieces of information that they can just pick and choose to help enhance their classroom learning. So, oh, right on time. I cannot believe that just happened. But do you guys have questions? And feel free to unmute yourself. I know that was like a really quick throwdown on Flipgrid. And I'm sure I haven't figured out the best ways to use it, but I figured out the ways to use it that are helpful for the teacher and helpful for us. So that's how I use it, and it's proven to be 10 times more successful. We had no idea what we were doing 7 months ago, and now we get 6 days worth of engagement on our videos. Oh, Allison, good question. So we do Wild West does a webinar every month. And we started in February before COVID hit. We just figured, why not? Let's do it. So I don't do the webinars every month. We have a new topic And I usually figure out what our next topic or speaker is going to be the beginning of every month. But I actually think I'm a little prepared for next month. We're going to do beetles. So we're going to do a training on beetles and utilizing beetles to help people. Yeah, beetles. So one of our interpreters, actually our deputy director, Blythe, is going to be presenting the training on beetles next month. And they're all free. Just come join us. If you can donate, donate. But if you can't, don't worry about it. Yeah, Erin. Nice name.
Are these webinars, in particular today's, but even any of the past ones, they're available? I notice your recording, so we can go back and look, because this was great information today, but a lot of it. And I feel like when I try to do it tomorrow, I'm going to go, now, what did she say? And I wasn't taking very good notes.
Good. Well, take notes. Yes, they're all recorded. And I can send you guys a link if you want to know what all of them were. We've had a lot of good ones. And if you want to speak at one of them, by all means, please contact me. Thanks, Allison, for joining. So yes, yeah. And let me just show you guys something real fast. I just threw this together for you. Wait for it. Where is it? Written down, right? That step 1, step 2, step 3.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of vocab that I've been saying. And I just went ahead and gave you a vocab list just to help get the words to make more sense.
That is awesome.
Okay, so I'll share that out, and then I'll share out a link to all the other previous webinars too. And you're going to get a link to this one as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, so hold on, I'm reading. You need a partner page to see the stats. Negative. You just will see the stats whenever you see your topic in the Discovery Library.
The only thing it did for me is make me more jealous, because I'm still on furlough and I technically can't work. You know how hard that is?
I know. We're navigating some wild country right now. Yeah. But Mary, no one is going to know when you shot your video.
I feel like they're sitting on my shoulder watching everything. I keep sending ideas and hoping that they land somewhere, but oh.
Well, and I was going to say, Mary, you could do all this as a volunteer for somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Yeah, that's great.
Hold on, let me just. So you guys didn't, for whatever reason, if you weren't registered through the NAI site, do me a favor and just. I should have your email, right? Because I sent you the link. But if you didn't get the link, I'm not making any sense. It's been a really long work day. Just send NAI Region 8 at Gmail an email, and if you don't get something from me, and I will make sure that you get everything. This is like note to self: don't do webinars at the end of the work day.
Erin, I have a question that maybe we could take offline, because this was a terrific, quick intro to Flipgrid. But I have questions like, as a state park administrator, if you've got protocols for your staff of how stuff gets vetted in your system up to you. We could talk about that separately, but I'm very interested in that.
Totally. If you guys, this was kind of the appetizer.
Yeah.
If you're for the 5-course meal, because I will tell you, I'm up to my eyeballs. Because I just thought this was a cool idea 8 months ago, and now you just saw I have 190 topics. I have parks all across the state creating content, and there needs to be some quality control.
Yeah.
Because there needs to be some quality control. So I am more than happy to do a deeper dive for any of you that are kind of on that more higher level. Yeah, hey guys, to talk about my process for how I have all of the content filtered through me before I send the Discovery Library. I do not have any of my interpreters sending their stuff to the Discovery Library. I'm filtering it through me and then sending it over. And I make them all formatted the way I want us to look uniform, you know? And so I have like a structure for the format. I have some systems in place to try to keep things like possums making mess from hitting the public. But sometimes some things slip through, and then they give you some really good comic relief.
Yeah, if you'd be willing to have a call or a separate meeting on that, I know Robin and I for sure would be interested. And I can think of some others that would be as well.
Yeah. How about, if anything, maybe for those that are there, that are ready for that level of conversation, because I'm sure, some of the other people on this call, let me know. I'm happy to, we'll just do something offline and I'll tell you guys how I do it, or try without going crazy. Yeah. All right. I'm seeing, it looks like we're good. I think 5:07. Any last minute questions? Okay. It's so good to see all of your faces. This is really nice. If you're, regardless of where you are in the country, if you follow NAI, Region 8, we're trying to do a lot more social stuff too, because we need this. So I'm really glad you all tuned in from wherever you tuned in from, and let's just keep trucking.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. And Julie, I'll reach out to you. I'm pretty close to you. All right. Bye, everyone.